So let's see what Professor Herb.
Definitely don't think you should go in, ask questions about one of the animals that they're posting about, and have $2 in your bank account. You're obviously not going to end up buying
hey,
it. That's not really.
Come on, brother. Don't listen. I'm not doing so well financially.
Yeah.
Herb is absolutely on my fucking tits now about my financial situation. And don't be showing up here if you got $2 in your bank account. Maybe I get paid on Friday, Herb.
We don't all have tenure, Professor Herb.
Yeah,
Jeez.
sorry, Professor Herb. Jeez. God damn. How does he know? Yeah, I know. How do you know I don't have money in my savings account? You know? Yeah, maybe I got it on credit. Yeah, I buy a credit card. I'll do a credit card for my. I'll put myself in debt to buy a fucking Komodo dragon. I'm gonna. This is a question that was asked on venomouskeepers.com or venomous keepers on Reddit. Has anyone had a baby / young kids with hots in the house? So. Yeah, has anybody brought a poisonous snake in the house with the young children?
How did it go?
Yeah. Anybody have a good story about that? I've heard a lot of bad ones. I was looking for something to counterbalance that. Just some positive stuff. Listen, I know in Canada, like 10 years ago, famously, a python escaped from a pet store in New Brunswick and killed 2 kids who were at a sleepover. So it is like really something that's not a hot. That's that's just like a large. It's a retic. Yeah, but sorry, that's a retic. A retic, like a reticulated python. Yeah, they call them retics. Okay, retic. It might not have been. I think it was a ball python. Maybe it was a reticulated. You might be right. Was it a berm? Might have been a Burmese. It might have been a berm. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Berm. It's annoying me the way you're just like casually throwing in those words, but yeah, it was a really sad, horrible story. Like 2 kids having a sleepover, and this, the pet store was attached to whatever, houses or apartments or whatever. And yeah, so it could definitely happen. You have some huge, giant, dangerous snake around people; they can kill them sometimes. My fiance and I have near 40 snakes, most of which are various venomous species from around the world, as well as a berm and a retic. Now, let me just say, that's too many snakes. Like, I think if somebody was like, I have a king cobra, I keep it in a room with the door locked in a tank, and I don't let my kid go in that room unless I'm there. Like, all that stuff, right? Like, I think that is probably fine. Now, when you get to 40 snakes, that's fine. I mean, it's better than 40. No, I know it is better, but I don't think it's fine. I think if you have, because children, like, I guess you can lock a room, but like, you know what I mean? Children will like try to get into places like that. Like, you have some area that's off limits and a thing they're not supposed to do. Their tendency is to try to do that thing.
They will 100 as a parent. Yes, they will get into that room to see that deadly snake. Like, that's like catnip for them.
Yeah, so I just think that it's a bad idea in general to have a poisonous snake in the house with young children. It's also another case where, like, I mean, it's safer to like have one gun in your house than one poisonous snake that could get out and kill everybody in the house. Yeah, I mean, I would say, listen, I'm a Canadian, so the gun culture is not so much. But I go with neither. I don't have a snake or a gun. You're saying you hear a lot of people say that if you have kids in the house, you shouldn't have a gun in the house. I agree with that. Now this person's like, this person's like, well, what if I have 40 poisonous snakes and some that can squeeze my child to death? Is that okay? Is that kind of I don't have a gun.
I guess it depends on how attached you are to your kids. Is the ultimate.
Honestly, do you really love your kids? Then I would say probably not. And also, it's funny because you maybe should have a gun in that circumstance. That would make things safer if you had a gun to shoot one of these pythons as it killed your children. Both of them are in the room right next to our bedroom. We just bought this house and we're getting married next month. So it's not far off to say we'll be having kids in the next year or two. Our families keep telling us we'll change our minds and want not even our 5 dogs anywhere near our baby when we have one. God
damn, man, what are you? That's a zoo. You're living.
That's really playing as a baby. You're playing in hardcore mode coming into that house.
5 dogs, like,
And 40 poisonous snakes.
Yeah, this seems like maybe we're not like maybe it's this huge giant sort of like, but yeah, that seems like too many of animals.
It's so fucking crazy to have, and we don't know all the animals, right? Because like they could have other reptiles. Snakes are only one kind of they're not naming all the animals in their house, is what I'm saying. They got 5 dogs and 40 snakes. I would just not have kids. I would think I just wouldn't have kids.
I'm picturing a scene in their life like they get, honey, don't be mad. I've got good news and I've got bad news, okay? So the bad news is that one of the dogs was eating one of our babies. But the good news is one of our pythons killed the dog before the dog was able to devour and kill our child. So the child is still alive.
That is good. Here's another one from Mediocre Chris. Which is that you?
Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. It feels like, and Bryan we're not looking at any of this. He could just be making the name up for the purpose of making
right.
it.
We don't know. It's not on screen.
No, we have no idea. So he's like Mediocre Chris. Because I noticed one of the other names was Angry Chris.
Well, it seems like Chris is very much.
It also seems like possibly you are trying to like get messages to me through these names that you are making up. Where you're like, Chris, you're a bit too angry. Chris, you're not really. You're not really carrying your weight.
Here's another post from Brian's who spell it with an I or pieces of shit.
A hypothetical. No, I don't get that one.
Easy, Professor Herp.
Yeah,
hypothetical, everyone. Hypothetical. Shall we get a spelling on that? HYPOLTH. Wait, hypo. Yeah, TH.
I guess it just doesn't matter. We can just move on.
Yeah, because that's what you're going to want to reply to on Twitter. A hypothetical, everyone. A hypothetical.
I do think you would need a gun in the house, though, if you had that many snakes and a baby, because you would need it to shoot yourself when the authorities come for you.
Yes,
for killing your kid.
Yeah, you want that or a cyanide pill just to end things
like
really
the Nazis used to have.
Totally. Yeah, I think it is safe to say in my head that somebody who has all those dogs and snakes does have a gun as well, but I could be wrong.
Just start playing with one of the snakes you love the most. If the cops come, you're just like hugging on a snake.
Yeah, just show them that like some snakes are actually very nice
and deadly. Like it would just bite your face. That's the way a lot of them seem to want to go.
Oh, you're saying hug the snake so the snake kills you.
Yeah,
I got you.
You think that's how most of them would want to go, right?
I don't know. It's interesting to think like. Yeah, like Timothy Treadwell. I wonder if that was like, I guess that's how he wanted to go, the grizzly man,
Yeah. I don't think he wanted his girl to get killed too, but I feel like he wanted to go that way.
Yeah. He was like, I'm going to get eaten by a bear.